Hello, welcome to Nocti by j.N.S. And today we're going to talk about the narrative that is currently being propagated about this election that just took place. So I was looking on Twitter, and I saw these tweets by various black men, but one in particular. His name is Barrington Martin II. So I'm reading these tweets, and then I've seen the likes and the retweets, and then obviously looking at the replies and seeing what is the general narrative, or what are people thinking. These are actually real people. I mean, of course there's bots, but for the most part they're people giving their opinion on the situation of the election. So in particular, the narrative that the black women saved the Democrats and voting Biden into office. And what else did they say? They basically, it's like a whole bunch of media saying, oh, black women, you saved the day, black women, you did this and you did that. Okay. And then they're showing these stats, and then they're pretty much not referencing anyone else, including white men, white women, Latinos, Asians, Indians, black men, no one else. So this is a psyop. So I want to give my opinion on that, and then I want to address the tweets by Barrington Martin II, because this speaks on a very broad topic of black African pedagogy in the context of where we currently stand, which is under a system of white supremacy. But also it speaks to black womanhood, black manhood in relation to the system we live in and without it. So that's something that I do acknowledge. Again, my whole stream of consciousness does not really take the aspect of Western pedagogy in account. I understand it. I lived it my whole life, but at this point my mind I can't wrap my consciousness around a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, because I have transcended many of these thought forms. So let's get into my opinion on the black women and the Democrat, this stuff. So, or should we hit up Barrington Martin? I think I'm gonna do that first, because I need to bring a lot of stuff home. So Barrington Martin II, I think he's he ran for Congress, and he says he's a philosopher. That should be very interesting. So he says that I think about how the media is describing black women, making them the end all, be all of black progression. Imagine what that does to little black boys and how they view themselves in the world. There's something deeply nefarious going on with this narrative. Okay, so in the context of this election, in the context of African pedagogy or black pedagogy, whatever you want to say it, what does this mean? I think that this is very, very skewed. Why do I think that it's skewed? Is because it's for one, black men and black women, y'all acting like this election wasn't a finesse. Y'all, okay, I can't talk too much, but y'all really think that them numbers is right? Who even counted those numbers? They said 91% of the black women. They say 80% of the black men. Y'all black men, for some reason, y'all done bumped it up 5 points and said it's 85 points, and y'all need credit from the Democrat, from white people too. Here's the thing, black women and black men. Black women, y'all shouldn't even be looking to them for any validation at this point. I mean, it's mind-boggling how easy it is to run a mind psyop on y'all. Obviously this is, I would say that the narrative that they're pushing is a narrative that they've been pushing. And I'm going to say this machine has always been after the minds and the hearts of the black woman, literally for 1,000 years. And that should be nothing new to anybody. The next step in logic as black men, when it comes to Barrington Martin II, is not to say, hey, what about us? Because it's a machine. It has nothing to do, our whole African consciousness should have nothing to do with that whole system. But since it does, and since we live under it, and they say, oh, the black women, they're doing that, the next step in logic as black men is not to say, well, hey, what about us and their patriarchy machine? Why? Because historically, when you study, when the Greeks fell, when the Romans, when the Egyptians, when the Assum, when the Mali, when the Chinese conquered the Koreans, when the Japanese conquered the Chinese, like, you have to study what they actually did to the men, to study what they did to the men and what they did to the women. Pretty much the same thing would happen with us, but here's the kicker: they let you live, black men. They always take the women as spoils of war. Of course, they are them. They have their way with them, and usually bring the goal is to usually bring them into the fold as women, and within 1 to 2 to 3 generations at most, the bloodline is completely erased because it has been so diluted through sexual intercourse with said conquerors. That is how history has worked. Same thing with the Koreans. You could just study this stuff. So what does that have to do with us? Ours is a bit different because when we got in our situation, we came together, and they just simply did not do to you as black men what they have done to literally every other group of black men. Why? Because I don't honestly have the answer as to why they did it. I think it's spiritual reasons that they couldn't. That's the only explanation that I have. That because if you notice, even in Africa, like, they have not completely been able to just have their way with us and just wipe us out. And I do think that there's some spiritual reasons behind that. So I say this to say, black men, that in the systems of another man's patriarchy, and this was what you have to understand, and you could say, are you going to bash me? No, I'm not going to bash. But you just have to be very logical here, and you have to be willing to listen to a queen mother, a goddess. And if not, then you go your own way and continue to suffer needlessly under the system. As simple as that. Okay, so anyways, when you have this system that is not of your own making, yes, you obviously have contributed many things to this machine, and you have did a lot of inventing, and obviously we both built up this whole country. But you are forgetting that this is their system. This is a male patriarchy system that is not yours. It is not yours. And I know that hurts, and I know that might bruise the ego, but the truth to set you free. Is it the black woman's? No. Hell no. Either. So that, let me get that out the way. But what would be the goal of them saying the black woman is saving the election? The black woman, she always doing this. The black woman, she done did this again. Oh, what would be the purpose of them even talking that some shit like that? Like they actually care about the black woman? Well, it's a step. What I see, the obvious is okay. The gender divide thing, get you guys blah 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 blah. But the bigger thing is to bring her into the fold for something. That something, I don't know. Obviously, in the spoils of war, the war's war, psychological warfare is warfare. So, I think that there's something going on with that. I acknowledge that. I don't think it's genuine. For one, why are y'all acting like this election wasn't weird? Wasn't weird as hell? Like, it was some stuff going on there. Like, y'all believe them numbers? I don't know any black person that went out and voted for Biden. I don't. And I don't know any black person that, for one, I know, and I'll say this: 20% of black people, up to 30% voted for Trump. 8% black women, 20% black men. I had said that. Y'all was trying to act like I was crazy. I said it's going to be literally a silent minority of black people who vote for Trump to the tune of 30%. What's that? That's about 15 million black people. Do I believe that? Yes, I do. Because I heard of black people saying that they don't want regional lockdowns, and that from other reasons. Various reasons. I know people that y'all think that everybody who voted for Trump is coons and racist, and that's just dumb. I know people that literally voted for Trump because he said he was going to fight human trafficking. Literally, that was it. I know people who voted for Trump because they said they love the freaking Celebrity Apprentice. Y'all think Americans is that politically astute and politically savvy to say, or shout just wicked enough to say, oh, he's racist. Oh, he's going to go against blacks. Not everybody that voted for Trump was thinking like that. You have to understand that. Again, I know black people, and it wasn't even about all the taxes either. I literally know black people who said He said, I liked how he handled human trafficking. Or literally that was it. Or I liked how he didn't go after lock us down like that. Because I know niggas that's still going to the strip clubs, bowling, skating every week, hookah bars and everything. And they know for a fact that they were not going to be allowed to do that under this administration, because they're going to do most likely what we see is happening in Europe, which are the lockdowns again. So you think black people don't know that they don't want to be fucking locked down? So yeah, niggas was voting for Trump, and they should not be shamed for it. If they did it, so the fuck what you gonna do? So why are y'all acting like? So I'm gonna say that for one. So we all know what we saw on that map the night of the election. We all know. Come on. So y'all niggas wait after a week after this election, y'all jumping on Twitter freaking out about they getting the black women too much credit. What about black men? What about us? Under a white man system that never ever includes the spoils of other men. What are y'all doing? Of course they're not going to give you credit. It's a psyop. And for one, they want the hearts and the minds of the black woman, of her consciousness. Why not? Do y'all not understand how this shit work on the high levels? Do you not know that those elites, they know that the black woman is God? They have to do stuff to get her to kind of not wake up. They have to run psyops on all of our whole community. And what do black men do? Y'all fall in line every time with this compete with your own woman stuff. I gotta compete, and what is the little black boy is gonna think? What the thing is, y'all gotta take the man out of your equation. Not the black man. I'm talking about take the system out of the equation. Just forget that. Just act like we not in a system of white supremacy. What would be inherently wrong with black boy seeing his woman, the black woman, mother, father, daughter, sister, auntie, be great? Take this out of the system. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. The thing is, once we now put it back into the system, now that it's only the system that is the ones giving all of this praise, I do understand how that is weird. But again, black men, the next step in logic is not to go and say, well, recognize our 85%, which it wasn't 85%. Just own the shit. It is 80%. So who gives a fuck if 20% of 10 million of y'all voted for Trump? Who cares? Again, by the time this administration done with y'all all gonna be begging for Trump back in office. Y'all don't know what's coming. Y'all all got finessed. Ha ha. And now y'all buying into a whole psyop. What they do, run a spell on y'all buying into it or something that I don't know about? Because black men, y'all should not even be. Y'all spent the last 4 years talking about how we need to hold our votes as leverage, as a strategic point of view, even if that meant Trump won another election or not, because we need tangibles from the Democratic Party. So y'all spent 4 years spewing this towards the Democratic Party. You think they don't have a list of y'all names? Y'all know that they literally have a list of the men who were saying this the most. Y'all know that. I know that. Y'all even admitted it sometimes. So basically, you won their shit list. It was enough to where it was like, okay, should you care about that? No. Should black women care about that? No. Like, y'all should not even be thinking about this whole system that hard. Like, it's mind-boggling. So, of course, they're not going to recognize you. But even on just a philosophical level, Barrington Martin II saying he's a philosopher, just off of the level of men from a whole nother group, from a whole nother continent, being under a patriarchy of these white men, they are not going to include you ever. When have they ever included you fairly? Never. Oh, that's just dribbling a ball somewhere. Let's be real. So what does that mean for the black man then? If he knows he's never going to get a fair shake, black woman ain't going to get a fair shake either. She's not. They're going to, what? Now, what I would have respected if y'all was like, well, okay, yeah, the black woman, she the shit, okay, whatever. Where's her tangibles? Because you know, why wouldn't y'all do that? Why wouldn't y'all go and say, well, where's her check? Give her check then. Since she saved y'all, since she saved the Democrats, since she since she voted in mass and voted in, which we know is not true. I really don't know any black women that vote. I mean, of course there were black people that voted for Biden that went in and they did the votes, but for most part, black people was not thinking about this election. They just weren't. I just feel like there's something's weird going on. I'm not going to talk too much because they really are they really don't want that narrative being spouted at this point. I've seen some really weird things lately, with videos being deleted and like we're seeing stuff with our own eyes and they're telling us, oh, that wasn't what you saw, so it's some odd shit going on. But you have to understand that this narrative that Barrington Martin II is talking about, that's been going on for 1,000 years since she's been conquered first by the Indo-Arabs and the Europeans in the 10th century, and then now by the Portuguese and obviously the Dutch and the British. So again, you have to think about, how did we end up in this situation? We wouldn't be in this situation if if the overthrow of the Queen Mothership didn't take place. 10,000 black women killed and burnt alive in Africa, West Africa, and in Egypt, so that you can do these trade deals with these Europeans and run a patriarchy system with them over who Africa was under, which was a Queen Mothership diarchy, where rulership, of course, we wanted male leadership and we had male leadership, but we also had the female leadership in the exact same position, and that's just how it was in Africa. And I can prove it, and I wrote a book on it, and I'm a real scholar, and actually left out a lot of stuff by accident. I actually come up upon more research of the Queen Mothership, so I might have to write a damn second book about it. So I can pretty much prove this. I can prove what was going on in Africa before we got in this situation, and you guys got tired of it and very resentful and very envious of the black woman's power, the Queen Mothership power, and said, well, shit, Arabs and all these other niggas, they ain't got they women up doing all this administrative task and running everything, and the advisor to the king. What? Queen mothers advising the kings. That was how it was in Africa, throughout all of Africa, including West Africa, where we come from. Ghana, Mali, Nigeria, Gambia, all that stuff. All queen mothers. Senegal. They weren't those countries at that time, but that's that mass area of where the black American descends from. And you guys overthrew it. You didn't want it anymore, and you traded. For first, it was to the Arabs as humane trafficking. Then, literally like sex trafficking, and then rival tribes. And it just got out of hand. Like after we weakened ourselves like that as a people, and after those queen mothers were gone, karma backfired. You think the white men didn't honor none of their deals? When King Alfonso gave that Portuguese king land in exchange for giving him guns to help fight a rival tribe, and had them Portuguese fight a whole nother African tribe in exchange for some land, what did he do? He took Alfonso's land too and enslaved his people. So if I'm making this up, why can't I just pull up letters by these kings talking about this stuff? So what does that mean in 2020? That means that you've literally been living this karmic debt for 1,000 years that actually ended in 2020. That you cannot see that it ended in 2020. This was 2019 actually, but this year was the year that you were supposed to wake up with clear 2020 vision and realize that it's done. That karma is done. Consciousness is free. My consciousness is free. And I don't have to keep running the loops. I don't have to keep going in that cycle of rogue mentality against my woman. And I'm going to implement the diarchy systems again. That's what you were supposed to do with your African gods. Not thinking about this system, not white systems, Democrat, Republican, none of this craziness. It was supposed to be you understanding that you were woken up. Your gods have woken up. Anubis, Tahuti, Orishas, however you want to do it. And they waking up and they trying to literally wake you up and say, get back to your systems. Implement your pedagogy. Implement your true soul blueprint as a black man. So what does that mean? Is your true soul blueprint asking the Democrats to include you on this finesse of an election? Like, make it make sense. Like, is that true soul blueprint? Okay, let me just paint a better picture to you. Y'all have gotten back into a lot of African spirituality. Do y'all think that Ogun would be going to a white male patriarchy system, asking the Democrats, say, why y'all only saying to the black women's? What about if we were voting for Democrats too? Y'all need to give both of us the praise. Are y'all children or something? Is that what he would do? Would even a black goddess like Izili Danto, would she even be accepting that as a black woman? Imagine if she was the one would she be looking at them like, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with my people. Like, when I say I've studied 100,000 years of our history, you can actually, those are the Black Man series and the Queen Mothership series. That's over 100,000 years of our history. So that's African, Black American diaspora history. And when I say y'all are totally unrecognizable, I cannot see this. Is what I'm looking at in the 21st century in 2020. I cannot see that. I can't recognize our ancestors. I can't see our ancestors in you. I can't see our gods in you. I see brainwashed. I don't know what I see, but it's really disturbing. It's really disturbing to, as black men, you think that that you're going to get a shake in this system. So what should you have done once you see them doing this? Again, you're gonna listen to me? No, because y'all swear, but you can't tell the black man what to do. Just like, that's why I had to end the Black Man series early. There is one more video coming out. There's two more videos coming out, but the last one is going to be just going off, tearing the frame out your asses, basically. Because y'all tell me, only the black man is going to speak for himself. Y'all been trying to speak for you spoke for yourself. We overthrew the Queen Mothership. That was y'all's chance. Y'all went rogue. And where did it get you for the last 1,000 years? When, this is the consequences of abandoning ancestors and abandoning your systems. And it's still the same way in 2020. And it's like, oh, that's so harsh, you're being harsh. It is what it is. I'm not emotional about it. I'm not even sensitive about it. It's just literally, this is what happened. And why I find it disturbing is because, again, someone who has studied 100,000 years of African history, and I'm seeing how y'all acting now, both of y'all, just black men and black women, it's really a crying shame. Like, it's really like, whoa. I literally see imagine y'all on a boat fighting each other, and there's like a big ass waterfall. Like I said, y'all not paying attention to the waterfall though. Y'all just busy fighting each other, and then it's just crazy. It's a huge waterfall, and y'all literally just going towards it, and there's a docket, there's a way to get out of it, but then y'all just literally just going at each other's throats. And then there's a whole bunch of white people on the sidelines, not even white people, just a whole bunch of people who are in competition with you on the sidelines, just laughing, like on the side of the waterfall on land, just laughing at y'all, not realizing that they was the ones that told y'all to go on that path. And now y'all about to literally go over a waterfall. That's what I could see. Literally just perish because y'all can't get y'all mind right. Y'all still mentally enslaved. So Barrington Martin II, your thought process is very much disturbing. And you're a philosopher. Okay. So again, philosophy has an element of logic in it. And ethos, as you know. So my thing is, what would be the next step in logic if you see white male patriarchy democratic system, because that's what it is. It's a machine. It's a pedagogy saying, oh, black women, they run the election that none of us really even, I don't think we voted for Biden in those numbers. I think people could say anything. Okay, so even if it's true or not, that doesn't matter. What will be your next step as men? Was your next step to go say, well, what about me? That's not what a man does, is it? Well, what about the little black boys? What are they going to say? That's nefarious. As a man, you would have to say, well, what you would have to do is run your own psyop. I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying to run a how do I say this? When I say a psyop, it's a battle for the minds of the black woman, the minds and consciousness of the black woman. So what will you have to do as a black man? You're going to have to compete for the minds and the heart of the black woman. You would. It's as simple as that. It's not to go ask white people, what about me? When you know what they have done historically to black male, to men, not black males, but to men, anytime they lose a war. Anytime they get conquered. What do they usually do? You usually don't even see them around. But you're here. But they made you completely obsolete. So what does that mean? And get mad at me if you want. Why do you think they have done so much to emasculate, and now the only one who do get the shake is the one who is not in alignment with true masculinity. And that doesn't have to do with sexual orientation. You guys know what I'm saying. Unless the guy is the man is pretty much what they say, buck broken or something like that, then that's the one that they will propagate or promote. That's by design. Again, this is all warfare. This is all, you're a conquered people. We are a conquered people, whether you want to admit that shit or not. It hurts, okay, whatever. And you have not figured out how to get yourself out of the system for the last 500 years. But to be honest, I told you what you did 1,000 years ago. So, I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation without that rogue element that is in you, that envy and that competitive spirit against the black woman. And it has to be, because you wouldn't be even saying nothing like this, Barrington Martin. That wouldn't be your go-to move to say, the media describe it. Who cares about the fucking media? Y'all gotta compete for y'all women in. If it's like if y'all can't see that the battle of the battle for consciousness, you can't see it because y'all not thinking on that level. So if there's a battle for consciousness, for the minds and heart of the black woman, black men, you're gonna have to compete for the minds and the hearts of the black woman. Do that means you need money and all that? No, it's actually what's genuine in your soul. So right now, you pretty much don't have no love for the black woman, so you don't know how to express that. So the competing element you haven't done. You actually been competing with the black woman. So y'all trying to compete with the with the black woman, to get white people to recognize y'all under a democratic election. That was weird. Y'all don't see the problem with that? And I know y'all don't have really any logic to follow up with that as men, because again, you're in a system that is not of your own. That is not black people's system. You're conquered. So they can do whatever they want to do. Y'all need to recognize that as black people, period, and realize there's nothing we can do about propaganda and media. But what we can do is, if we run our own psyop, it gotta be a genuine psyop. Psyops they're not inherently bad, but they're not they can be nefarious as well, of course. But y'all gotta run your own machine and narrative for the minds and hearts of the black woman. It's as simple as that. That's the next step in logic. Compete. The white apparatus praising a black woman and lifting her up out of nowhere. Don't y'all think y'all should do the same? Not in conjunction with them, not joining them, but doing your own narrative push based off of your soul blueprint, off of the African soul blueprint. So what would that look like? A diarchy system, a queen mothership system. That will look like saying, black women, we got your back. And not again, it will have nothing to do with this election. It will have nothing to do with Democrat. It will have nothing to do with them at all. It will have nothing to do with white people, period. It will just be y'all running your own narrative. Have y'all done that historically? Even in just the music, y'all ran the narrative right along with white people. That's why hip hop got so bad. It called what did it do to the black woman? Every song that came on that radio was degrading the black woman. That was your psyop. That was your psyop against the black woman. So that's all she heard on the radio literally for the last 30 years of her being called a bitch and a hoe. And I can even play you songs where they were talking about they were going to do that to a 14-year-old girl because it was fun and and then I could just play. Let me look at Kodak Black song. I don't want no black bitch. I'm already black. This is what the black woman had to listen to. I'm already black. I want no black bitch. I run up, and one of the little wings, I run up in your house, I shoot your grandmother up. Yeah. This is what the fuck y'all was doing for the last 30 years as men. That was your psyop. Did you compete for the hearts and minds and consciousness of the black woman as men? No. That's what I mean by that. So competing for the hearts and minds and the consciousness of the black woman would have been the music. It would have been your own images. Y'all act like y'all not artists. Y'all act like y'all don't do artwork and make calendars and shit, and write books and stuff, and even make movies and stuff, narrative films and stuff, documentaries that y'all could hurry up and put together, showing black women throughout Africa in her positions with black men, and what the black men desires as far as a diarchy system, a queen mothership system. Did y'all do that? No. So now here we are in 2020, and these white people can just pretty much put on the news and say, hey, black women, you did this. And now black women, when have they ever gotten a shake? When have y'all ever respected the black woman? So then they're gonna take anything they throw at them, because it's like they can't get it from you, black man. You know what your psyop was? What about that child abandonment shit, that 72% out of wedlock rate, and all them single parents running around here, all them single black women? That was a psyop. Once again, showing the black woman she's not worthy of any merit, she's not worthy of any accolades outside of baby mama status. So again, who did you team up with? Really? So now we getting uncomfortable now. Now it's like, whoa. It's not tit for tat. It's just more so like the psyop. What have you done for the hearts and the minds of the black woman? This was your role as a black man, to compete against this machine for the hearts and the mind of the black woman. And of course, get yourself out of the system of white supremacy, but you can't do it without the black woman, whether you want to believe that or not. That's where you come out of. That's the Eve gene, the mitochondria DNA that created the human race. There's nothing you can do about it. Get jealous of it and wish that God gave you that mantle. It's just not true. And you guys know it, that if you study biology, if you're a true biologist and a true geneticist and a true evolutionary biologist, you know good and hell well that the woman descends, that the human race descends from the woman, and that the black woman is the creator of all humans, including the black man. So since y'all have abandoned that mantle, we have been in a freaking nightmare since that overthrow of the queen mothership, that rogue element. So now you find yourself competing against your own woman in 2020, asking the Democrats for recognition. The Democrats? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? That's not how. So now you see why the black woman is looking like, now she's divesting. Now she's looking like, whoa. Like I said, a lot of us getting into African spirituality. We don't see Shango won't be doing all this, and Anubis. Are you kidding me? Talking about, what about me? They wouldn't do that. They would not do that craziness. So y'all can get upset at me, but that shit hurts my heart to see. I honestly don't care about the Barrington Martin thing, but it's just like y'all don't get the bigger picture here, that you're literally in a system that you're conquered by white men in the white system, and you have never gotten a shake. You'll never get a shake, and they always want to bring the women into the fold. It could have been any race of people. They always bring the woman into the fold. They did that with the Japanese, brought the Chinese woman into the fold. They made them, they abused them too. I'm not saying that it's a walk in the park for the women, of course not, but they use them as for various tasks, and including to wipe their, keep getting them pregnant, and within 30 generations they're out. It didn't happen with us that way. It happened that way in Brazil. If I'm being dramatic, why did the same thing? Why was it so easy to do it to the Dominicans and the Brazilians? Do you know that 80% of Brazil was slaves, Africans, West Africans? You know how dark they used to be? Look how light they are now. They literally sent Portuguese men over there to literally wipe a lot of that black out. And the women fell for it. They say, what they call it, lighten up the race. They say, well, shit, you know, this is our way to elevate the status. Let's do it. The women did it. I'm not coming at them people. I'm just saying that's what happened. So they really thought that would be able to happen here. It just was. Black women, for whatever reason, didn't fall for it. They're still puzzled. They're literally still puzzled as to why. You know, they wrote books on the black woman. I'm not going to say the titles. They're very cruel. They used to study, like, what the hell is wrong with these women? Like, you know, why won't they leave? Why are they thugging it out with black men who clearly resent them and don't really, you know, that people can see that from the outside looking in. Everybody knows that. Like, no one is stupid. Everyone knows. And if I'm so crazy, and if I'm not making sense right now, I'm gonna give you another example of when this happened. Do y'all remember when they said that Harriet Tubman, that the white machine, once again, wanted to put Harriet Tubman on the dollar bill? And this was a group of white women who promoted that idea. They say, we got a chance to put a woman on a $20 bill. Susan B. Anthony, Harriet Tubman, I forgot the other lady. And they said, we're going to put Harriet Tubman on there. Then who came out in droves to say it was going to be an insult against the black man? Judge Joe Brown. He goes on big old rant and says, y'all disrespecting the black man by not putting me on the $20 bill. It should be a black man on the $20 bill. Once again, where's the manhood? What? That's a competing. You see how it's the competition between the black man and black woman that y'all putting out there. Who would care if they woman? Honestly, it's disturbing because we are conquered. But it's like, if they want to put the black woman on the $20 bill, I mean, pretty much nothing any of us can do. The black women say that? No, that was white women that was putting. We don't got nothing to do with that. So why that jealousy and why that it should have been me? It's still that rogue element. Same shit from the Queen Mothership overthrow. Literally, it's the same spirit from 1,000 years ago. And this is why we're in this position. You still can't see it. Y'all won't study history. I studied 100,000 years of our history. I'm telling you how we got in this situation. And they'll never ever tell you this. Black scholars and white people, they never want to tell you because then you can get out of it. It will be so easy once you recognize how the fuck we got in this position. Then you could just literally trace back the philosophies and see what the hell went wrong and say, oh, okay, you can flip the script then. So that's why no one wants you to study this history. Black scholars, they don't tell you because they're so embarrassed on how we got in this situation that they have to keep it on a wrap. Because then the black women will be looking at y'all sideways. They will, because they will see the same spirit in y'all. That same spirit that was there 1,000 years ago with the overthrow of the Queen Mothership. Y'all really have so much resentment to it. That's not a new thing. That's what black women don't understand. That didn't just happen in the 60s. That shit been there. Yeah, it's been there. It's in the DNA now. So that's why anytime anyone come out and give some type of accolade, whether it's a nefarious plan or not, whether it's real or not, here come y'all. Well, y'all, it should have been. If I'm like, why did Judge Joe Brown do that? It's on YouTube. It wasn't just him. It was a bunch of black men coming out. It should be me on the $20 bill. What? Like, how is that? That's not your system. How are you dictating something in another man's system that you don't own? When normally you wouldn't even be there. That's not how it works historically. I'm scratching my head as to why it happened that way. Whatever. It is what it is. But probably to run more psyops on you, to just keep y'all at each other's throats, I guess. But if they saying to black women, yeah, you know, we're gonna put you on a $20 bill. Okay. What is the next step in logic? Should Judge Joe Brown be going, well, what, it should have been the black man on there? You know, everybody was looking at y'all like y'all was crazy. Y'all should have seen. I'm around a lot of different people of different races. Not so much anymore since this pandemic stuff, and I kind of got out of the city. But I went to a school that's 34% Asian and a bunch of white. I remember when this talk was coming out, and cause, you know, this was a big thing in like the universities. Like, people was talking about this in universities, and you should have seen how people was like when they heard this Judge Joe Brown YouTube video. Like, you should have seen the look of embarrassment on people's faces. Like, Like, they wouldn't say anything because then they don't want to disrespect black people, but you can just look like the men, they're looking like, these Asian men was looking like, who would do, what the fuck? Why would y'all even care about that as men? It's not your system. So any psyops they gonna run is psyops they gonna run. You gotta run your own psyops, black man, for the minds and the hearts of the black woman. But you got so much resentment towards her. I don't know where we go from here, because Judge Joe Brown, you know what he should have said? You know what black men should have did? Y'all should have made y'all own currency with the black woman on it. Whether it was years ago, whether it was now. It didn't even have to be usable. It's the thought that count. You know how black women are. They take 10 yards of your shit anyways. Shit. $1 is $1. You think that a black woman... And what I'm getting, that's dangerous territory, because then it's like, whoa. That's psychological warfare that you would be waging if you were to create your own money and put a black woman on it and say, we using our own motherfucking dollars. Yeah, but you won't do that, because y'all would get killed and y'all would get shut down or whatever. But that's what a real man would do, to be honest. That's what Judge Joe Brown should have did. Fuck that, I'm coming out my own dollar. What the fuck, y'all don't run my women. Y'all don't run nothing over here. That's what a man does. That's what they do. They say, y'all don't run shit over here. And y'all not about to, okay, y'all want to be weird and run a psyop on my woman and say y'all gonna put her on $20 bill. We already got her one. We don't need y'all $20. We got her on our money. There she go right here. We got here to tell me on our own shit. If y'all would have did that 20 years ago, you think black women would even be thinking about that? They would be like, okay, well, what is that? No, leave us alone. Because you would have the hearts and the minds and the consciousness of the black woman. You already have it. If y'all would have pulled that shit in the 60s instead of the integration, instead of the stuff y'all was doing in civil rights, Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier and all that stuff that y'all was, we know that what that was all about. You can look at where we at now. So what it is what it is. But if y'all would have pulled that off in the 60s, y'all would have the hearts and the minds of the black woman. Y'all would have not ran that music stuff and that hip hop shit and really promoted the black woman in hip hop, you wouldn't have these problems. I'm telling you where y'all going wrong. I'm literally able to see on both sides what the hell's going on from the spiritual side. And masculine energy and feminine energy should be equal parts of humans. Like, you guys are under very much mind control, because you think that, okay, men's masculine, women's feminine, and don't understand that those energies must emerge for an increase in consciousness and enlightenment. It says this in 22 religions. I'm not just making it. I can just literally go through the Rig Veda, Ifa. I can go through Christianity, Judaism. I can literally just Buddhism, point to you the verses of where it say. And that's when Jesus was saying it. He kept saying it, and it's in an emerald tablet as well. And to the woman, it's something. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm about to read you from Jesus, I gotta believe it or not, it's out of the book of Thomas. And basically it is taken from like Egyptian text, referring to, I want to say, Osiris, and I forgot, like I studied this stuff a long time ago. But Simon and Peter was saying in the book of Thomas, why you want Mary to be with us? Women are not worthy of life. And Jesus was telling them that I'm going to literally make her the leader of the disciples. And that's literally the only true way to get into heaven. He took her to astral project to all the planets and all types of stuff. And they was getting real jealous, like, why are you only choosing a female? But let me just read to you what he said. So this is in the book of Thomas, verse, let me see. If you guys didn't know, there's 22 books removed out of the Bible. The King James version is a version. It is not the actual original text. You do know that it is a version. So let's read it. It's verse 22. It says, what Jesus said unto them, when you make the two into one, when you make the inner like the outer, and the outer like the inner, and the upper like the lower, and when you make the male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be male nor the female be female, when you make the eyes in place of an eye, a hand in place of a hand, a foot in place of a foot, a image in place of an image, then you will enter the kingdom of God. So what the hell does that mean? What is, when you make male and female into single one, the male will not be male nor female. They ain't talking about this weird ass agenda that they got going on now about, we saying that men are, none of this stuff. Take that out of the system, because I don't get down with that stuff. We're talking about consciousness, masculine and feminine energy consciousness. That's it. No other agendas here about making no black man into no damn black woman and all that stuff. Black woman, no, not on the physical realm. We're talking about consciousness. So when I said that, I mean like the masculine and feminine energy has to be balanced within our brains as black people going forward. Why? Because that's the only true way to understand one another. The fact that you're setting up this dichotomy of, I'm a man, that means I'm logic. You're a woman, that means you're emotional. That is a white people system. Like, y'all follow anything they do, and then wonder why y'all cannot get a shake, and wonder why y'all been at the bottom for 1,000 years. Like, y'all don't get it. Where in the world does it say that in any one of our texts? Then y'all took a Lord Amare and make it seem like he's a man when that is a woman. Same thing with Archangel Gabriel. Y'all think that's not no damn man. Everything y'all know has been a lie, and y'all have not been able to get out of none of y'all oppression because y'all keep following their ways and their systems. Just like this dude Barrington Martin, he want to act like he's setting up African pedagogy. That's not, because if he was, he would have been said, fuck that, we got our own, we lift up our own woman, thank you very much, thank you, but we got the hearts and minds of our women and their consciousness. Why? Because we know how to put our women on a dollar. We got our own artwork. We got her in her. We praise her in our songs. We ain't got her bent over twerking in every 5 seconds like y'all do. That's what a real man does. Not point out that a white machine, a patriarchy system is undermining them. What they have did for the last 1,000 years. Are you kidding me? What they're gonna stop and say, well, why are you not saying it's both of us? Why is not saying it's all black people? They ain't gotta say shit. They should, like, if they are, that should be suspicious. It's a psyop. It's not your system. It's not black women's system. It's not. So then Barrington Martin says, this is what I mean. Who bestowed this idea or the responsibility that black women must save everybody? And when did black women save everybody in the past? Also, why are black women feeling they're obligated to save everybody? I think it's because 70%, like literally, this shit is so crazy. I mean, it should be obvious, but again, you do have Ida B. Wells, who had to do what? Save black men from getting lynched. You have Harriet Tubman, who had to do what? Save her people from slavery and try to help as much as she could. You have Kempa Vitu, who literally gathered up a bunch of motherfucking black men and told them they was the chosen niggas, chosen ones from God, and that they were the people in the Bible, and that they needed to wage war. Who was that? A black woman. Queen Nzinga, of course. Not only that, you have Asantewaa, who had to literally lead the Asante tribe to fight the British because the men said they were so scared. She was the general at the time. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? This is, again, more of the overthrow of the Queen Mothership, more of that rogue element that's been in existence for 1,000 years. Who saved everybody? When did you stand up for yourself? When are you going to stand up for yourself against this system? Nobody, no. Whether she got to say, if you notice now, she threw in the cape. She's divested. She's doing her other things. She don't want to be bothered anymore. Do I feel like I got to save anybody? Fuck no. I don't care. I talk my shit and I live my life. Because you get no reciprocation. There's no reciprocation. Ain't nobody saving a black woman, so what the fuck should we be saving everybody for? Because this, what he says, is a projection. Because it's like, black men are every man for themselves, and they know that. They will look out for themselves in a heartbeat. They will sacrifice you in a second. So it's kind of like, if they saying to the black woman, if you doing that, whose dumbass fault is that? But your own, because did nobody tell you to do that? That's basically what black men are saying. Did nobody tell you to do that? So if you did that, that's on you. Did nobody tell Asantewaa to go gather them men up and say, go fight the British? Did nobody tell Ida B. Wells to go and buy a newspaper and own a newspaper and meet with all those women and meet with all those men to try to get that lynching stopped. Did nobody tell her to do that? Did nobody tell Harry to tell? The fuck? Why y'all gotta save? Why y'all feel like y'all gotta save everybody? Did nobody tell you to stick around the black community and raise 70% of y'all kids as single mothers? I mean, y'all could have just bounced. That's pretty much what y'all's telling us. Y'all know this community, like, this is the thing, like, y'all don't study history. I don't give a fuck about what they doing in this system, like how y'all do. Again, even if you didn't even study 100,000 years, just do 10,000 years, and y'all wouldn't talk like this. Like, when I say, like, y'all would not talk like this, like, it would be unfair. You wouldn't be able to, because you would get floodgated with all of your ancestors and all of your gods, and you would truly wake up, and there would be no way that you would act like this under the system. For one, you have to accept the fact that you're a conquered people. Everybody knows that. That's why you get disrespected. You don't stand up for yourself. You don't defend yourself. You don't defend each other. You don't even defend your kids. So, I mean, what do you expect? So when they run the psyops on you, they run the psyops on you. Shit, it's nothing. Get some keys, let me shut up. Do rituals and spells, and then boom, you buy it every time. Not knowing that, as black men, you can do your own shit. You can do your own rituals back. You can do your own psyops back. You can compete. You have to compete with them, not with women. You don't compete with black women in their system and say, well, what about us? We need to be on that $20 bill. What? That's not what a man does. A man said, I'm creating my own motherfucking money. Get the fuck out of here. Leave our women alone. We got her on the bill over here. She's, and whatever happened. But y'all name will be etched in history. Even if they did come after y'all, so what? It's like, at least they stood up. Like, at least in history books you see. Now in the history books we see Judge Joe Brown. Literally, you see how he fell from grace. He used to be very brilliant. I don't know what the fuck happened. Now that's etched in history of Judge Joe Brown asking white women and white men in the university level, why don't y'all put black men on there instead of black woman, Harriet Tubman? It should have been me. You disrespecting me. Better not put me on there. Bitch, don't you realize you conquered? The fuck? They ain't gotta put you on nothing. That's what I would be saying. Like, if I was owning that system, I would be looking like, are y'all crazy? But that's what's in the history books versus, these white people were saying they was going to put black women on a $20 bill, and black men decided that they were going to band up together, start their own money, and put their black women on dollar bill and start using their own money. And that was a problem. So yeah, we crushed it, and of course we took them out, and yeah, but it's in the fucking history book that you stood up. It's in the history book. Just like what now? This is in a history book now. Barrington Martin II is in a history book of, well, why did the Democrats not give the media, why did the media is saying that they only praising the black woman, they're only saying that she is of black progression, when I could actually prove for the last 100,000 years what the black woman been doing. So y'all not fucking with no rabbit ass scholars anymore. Our gods is here. And they not playing this bullshit anymore with y'all. They not playing this infant mentality. Y'all done made the black man to an infant. I don't know what the heck is wrong with our community. Both sides got issues, severe issues, black women and black men. And it is crazy that now this is in the history books. And what it does to the little black boys. Imagine reading that in a textbook and like, you think other people can't realize, like, that's some weak shit. Like, huh? Ugh. And they system pulling this kind of nonsense, when what should have been in history was black men sticking their guns, saying that they voted 80%. Well, I mean, they didn't have to mention the Democrats. They say, yeah, this year we wanted to use our vote as leverage, and we wanted the Democrats to give us tangibles, and so we did not vote for them, and like we usually have, and we rock with that because they not giving us tangibles, and they have not given us the respect that we deserve as a solid voting bloc for the last 60 years. So yeah, many of us have went with Trump, and you see 8% of black women voted for Trump. That has never happened before either. Do y'all know that's over 15 million black people? Do y'all get that? That's 15 million black people. You think that's not y'all should have been riding on that. That should have been your strategy. You know there's 15 million black people that voted for Trump. Why? Why, Democrats? Why? That's what y'all should have stood solid on y'all block. Not fold from some weird ass election and say, well, what about black men? You know, we did 80%. What, y'all ain't talking about a black woman. Who cares about that? And then on top of standing on y'all square and saying, yep, that's what we decided to do, and we let it be. We're men, and we're standing up. And then y'all should have said, and just so y'all know, black women, you know, we appreciate everything you have. You know, just run a psyop. Y'all gotta compete for the hearts and minds of the black woman. That's gonna be where your survival is at. Because if y'all keep pushing it now, keep doing that hip hop shit, and keep competing with her, and not, you know, competing with her and not the system or not other men, she's realizing that, and that's why she's divesting. I mean, I keep saying they you know, they call them the bed wench, they call them, you know, the women that do the white men and all this stuff. I don't care about it either way. I really don't, because I see why. I see from a point of a woman, y'all don't understand how that looks to see y'all men do that. To see y'all men disrespect y'all like that. Anybody can turn on a hip hop song and see the disrespect. And then to see this lack of standing up for yourself, and then every time a black woman gets an ounce of praise from it don't even be real praise. They get fake praise. And here you go wanting fake praise when you know that it's fake praise. That's strange. That's strange. And little black boys, y'all shouldn't even be in this system. If little black boys gotta see that, whose fault is that? It's the black man's fault. Y'all, we shouldn't even have to deal with none of this in 2020. 1,000 years of this shit. You think black women not tired? I'm tired. Little black boys should only see who? Black mom and black father. Why y'all have TVs in your home? Why is y'all letting y'all kids watch TV and all this stuff and playing video games so that they can be brainwashed? Why y'all not homeschooling y'all children? Black kids should be homeschooled or have their own schools. So what is this saying about our whole situation? Let's be real about our whole situation. Come on. They shouldn't even be having that TV on and watching no election. Why are black kids, black boys and black girls watching Biden and Kamala's tweets? They shouldn't even be on Twitter. What are y'all talking about? Even if it was fake praise, even if the fake praise is going on, a black boy won't even be, a black kid shouldn't even be exposed to it, period. Why? Because they shouldn't be watching TV. They should be homeschooled. They shouldn't be playing video games. They shouldn't be on YouTube unless you're monitoring it severely. Like, they should be under damn near a fucking MK Ultra program for black. Let me shut up. But black kids shouldn't be exposed to none of that. So what are you talking about, Barrington Martin II? Why are y'all so entrenched in this system? That's y'all problem. Y'all love this matrix. A matrix that's literally about to clap y'all asses out. Y'all don't get it. And it's like, y'all talking about the image and what it does to black boys. Where is the black nuclear family at? Where is a black man marrying a black woman and providing for her home, whether it's off of nature or through business or through traditional means, as far as a job? Whatever those three systems, because you got the nature aspects of it too, where you can just build a fucking tiny home with your hands and get the plumbing, get a septic going, and y'all good. It may not be high life living, but it's living off nature. You got nice solar panels and shit, and you know how to hunt, you know how to get your fire going and all that. It's still natural living. That's still providing, black man. It's not with like a bunch of money, but you still got all the tools to survive in nature. You know how to build A-frame shelters that are really nice. You know how to make furniture. I literally met black people that know how to make fucking chairs and bed frames with their bare hands. I saw them do that. Lay towels, know how to install a toilet and stuff. So that's living off of nature. Build that stuff yourself. You don't have to have lots of money. You might have to have like a startup cost, and start small. Even if you know, that's all the black woman is asking for. So where's the nuclear family? Where's the black man, black boy, black child, black woman? Because that should be their image, not fucking tweets on Twitter and fake praise from the Democrats. Why would they even be exposed to that? Is what I'm saying. Nobody is thinking outside the box. Everybody just going with the machine. Just going with the machine and then wondering why our asses is at the fucking bottom for 1,000 years and shit. Like, this shit is just so ridiculous. It boggles my mind that Barrington Martin would not. I know he's older than me. I'm 28, and this guy is thinking that. Well, I guess everybody's stuck in the matrix still. But where my mind is at is like, why? I don't see how a black boy would even get a chance to see some shit from Joe Biden. Like, are you crazy? Like, and guess who is his image? The Queen Mother, the black woman. She is his image. Because what the fuck will you be doing? Going out hunting wood, getting fire, getting an animal, working. If you're not, I mean, with me, I value more of natural stuff like that. I'm saying those things because that's what I like. Setting up solar panels and shit. But even if you, or you got a whole business, it's a small business, plumbing business, could be anything, electricity business, it could be anything. Or you're working just a 9 to 5 as a software engineer or a doctor or something, whatever, lawyer, whatever. You will be doing those things. So who is going to be the image? That's what I'm saying. Barrington Martin, you make no sense. Who's gonna if the man is out doing what he's supposed to be doing, providing? I gave you 3 scenarios of what providing looks like. Providing does not just look like going to a 9 to 5. It can look like a business. It can look like more of a natural living, off the grid type living thing. So those 3 elements, would you not? And you could study this in Africa. I've studied this literally for 100,000 years. Do you think that those men is just gonna be all up under a fucking baby? A baby for the first 7 years of their life? Have you studied Africa? It doesn't happen. They are doing what they gotta do to survive, to make sure that the whole situation don't fall. So, what is their image? What do they see? Who's breastfeeding them to the age of 7? Who is breastfeeding a black boy? Who is changing their diaper? Who is washing their ass? Who is feeding them? Who is teaching them the language? Is it not a black woman? So how is a little black boy's image in the end all not a black woman? Barrington Martin II? How? That's why I'm saying y'all don't make no motherfucking sense. And at around 8 years old, then the boy can maybe go along with dad to do these things around the house. But to be honest, men don't like to be bothered with no fucking kids. They say hi, they love their kids and whatever, hug their kids at the end of the day, and of course they see their fathers, not like they just going all the time. But most of a child's time is with their mother. In our cultures, most of the child time from young kids is spent with their mom, because what a man should be out there doing what he's supposed to be doing. So then, the kid gets older, he says, I want to go hunting with dad. Then it's time to teach this kids what the father knows. But that image is still the black woman. That's all he should be seeing. And y'all should have your own cartoons, your own shows, your own this, your own that, but you don't got that. We don't have that shit. So now these boys getting brainwashed. And well, we do have some cartoons that's black owned now. And as I think the Sands of Time or something like that. Stuff like that you can show them. And I found a couple that was like, they're old though, but I mean, it is what it is. You show it to them. But that's how they get their images. And you guys make that hip hop music. What kind of image is that? You want them to have the image of the black woman based off from what, your hip hop songs? From what, your music video stuff, black man? I'm telling y'all better wake the hell up. Y'all think that y'all will continue with this childish shit and think the universe not about to handle y'all, because this is just not righteousness. It's not righteousness to want to throw your woman under the bus, want to compete with your woman for Scooby snacks from the Democrats, who hasn't given us tangibles. Your next step in logic should have been, we competing for the hearts and minds of our women. For one, if y'all was doing what y'all was supposed to be doing, these little black boys, how you said, little black boys shouldn't be watching nothing from fucking Joe Biden on Twitter and shouldn't be seeing none of that stuff about the black woman. Who's watching the news channel? What the fuck? I wish my kid would have to sneak. I don't have children, but there's no way in hell they would even see anything like that fake praise. But guess what they will see? Y'all praising me. They will see the black man praising the black woman. Run your own psyops. Where's y'all dollar with the 20? Where's y'all money with black women on it? Like how the white woman was gonna put us on her bill. the fuck? Look, y'all going out of style, right? Because of this shit. Stand on y'all square and say what y'all meant. Say, we calling y'all out once again because y'all didn't give us the tangibles. We don't care how y'all try to divide us. And now the black woman, she's seeing y'all competing with her and getting jealous and stuff. And you know, she thinks to herself like, nah, I don't really want, this is not what I signed up for. Like, my man really resent me. He really don't want the best for me. Instead of creating that system where she wants, even if the shit get torn down, at least it's in the history books. Now that's some philosophy for your ass, Barrington Martin. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is not. And I know we probably come from two walks of life, because I think you ran for Congress or something like that. But you can't say I misinterpreted what you said. I'm reading it, and what I did was dissected and brought it out of the realm of the system. I brought it out of Western pedagogy and put it in African pedagogy. African pedagogy, this whole system, y'all wouldn't even be thinking about that, because you would have your shit. I told y'all to run your own psyops, black man. Run your own psyops on this shit and see how things happen. And again, go out with your integrity and your honor and your pride. It'll be in the history books. It'll be there. I can name. You think the Gullas didn't know that, and all the other people, and Marcus Garvey, who got his ass tore up. They tried to, you know how they try to do him. Just go out doing the right thing at all times, and it don't matter. Your name is etched in stone. Why you think anybody who's done the right thing and stood up? Yeah, they might have got taken out, and they people turned on them out of jealousy, but they always survived. They never died. Their soul is still with us. Malcolm X, their soul is still with us, because they stood up and they tried, even though the odds were against them. So y'all as black men, y'all better get together. Y'all don't even want to work together, and y'all better work together and say, well, what can we do to get the hearts and the minds of the black woman? Think of that, because that's the psychological warfare that you're coming up against. Do not try to compete with women. Don't think you need to. Don't try to ask this system, which is a patriarchy system, a white male system, to what about our praise? What about the black men? Why don't we get the acknowledgement? You're never going to. You should know that as a man by now. So we've been 1,000 years under this fucking chair. Are you kidding me? Get mad at me? Dislike it? Dislike the video? That's fine. I know I spoke the truth. You can't point out a lie that I said. With them hip hop songs, I could prove them lyrics. Those are real lyrics. Judge Joe Brown's video about Harriet Tubman, that's real shit. I could pull that up. He really did say that shit. Barrington Martin's tweet, you can see it right here. You can see the retweets. You can see the likes. All this rhetoric, this is another thing he said. All of this rhetoric centering black women as the mythical creature is dangerous and setting a bad precedent that will be hard to recover from in the near future, because it's alienating the black man and furthering the divide between black men and black women. So your hip hop songs didn't further the divide between black men and black women. A 72% out of wedlock rate didn't divide the black man and black woman. Okay. Also, the black woman is God. What the kind of fuck mythical creature is that? Like, what do you mean by mythical creature? The black woman is God. So what the fuck are you talking about? It will be hard to come back from. You think nobody can see that? See, black men, again, it's that rogue element from 1,000 years ago, from overthrowing the Queen Mother. 10,000 black women y'all killed. That's history. Did y'all study that? No. If y'all did study it, you buried it and didn't tell nobody. So, same element. What do you mean it's hard to recover from? It's alienating the black man. Why would that alienate you? Huh? Why do you feel that it alienates? You see how you see I only got 39 likes, because everybody in their subconscious mind know that's fucking crazy. Everybody know that sound. Now that one sounds outrageous. Mythical creature. She is a motherfucking mythical creature. You got extraterrestrial DNA and mitochondrial Eve gene that created the human race. What the fuck are you talking about? Where did you come out of, my nigga? Like, this is what I'm saying, black men. Y'all backing yourself into a corner that y'all not being men. Like, this is not what y'all do with the Democrats in an election. Like, why are y'all even paying attention to that crazy ass shit? Y'all seen how that map looked, and y'all seen what happened. Then they say stop counting. Then at 3 o'clock in the morning, magically Biden was in the lead. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is what I'm saying. That's why I ended the Black Man series early, because y'all don't deserve my labor. Certainly don't deserve my brilliance. I am fucking brilliant, and I studied 100,000 years of our history and put it in those documentaries. They're not documentaries, but they're like narrative films. Like get a bunch of fucking licensed, videos and clips and stuff, and put them all together, license the music, and make it real nice. Do the research and be animated and give you the history, but from a very unorthodox point of view. So I started off with the history of why the black man was created, and then who created the black man, of course, and then what's this DNA, which is civilization, bringing out all of the civilizations of Africa, then brought down all of the civilizations, all of the architecture of Africa, then all of the mathematics of Africa, then all of the writing systems in Africa. No one has done that, so I did that. Put it on YouTube for free, made that shit for free, put it on there, and you black men, you told me, because it was called the Black Man series. Now, mind you, I made a series called the Black Man series. It showed 100,000 years of our history, of what black men were capable of doing, all of Africans' mathematics, and that does relate to the Black American, because the Black American ancestry is 3.8 million years old. So obviously you would have to cover Africa as Black Americans, whether you are native to this land or not, or indigenous, because those indigenous they didn't just pop up on North America. I know you guys want to believe that, but those are those are Africans. So whatever. So I did that, and you black men say to me, you didn't speak for a black man. Okay, I'm gonna speak for you. So I'm ending the Black Man series early. I would write the writing, African writing is already done, so it'll be released. And what's the other one? Why did his encoding change? I'm gonna be tearing the frame out your asses. I'm telling you now. I'm not a basher or a hater. I do speak the truth though. So you guys said you don't speak for me. You said that there was no black woman scholars. You said there were no black women speaking, no heat, or no fire. What is it? I forgot the term that y'all use, but basically you guys are saying that there's no queen mothers, there's no da-da-da. So, I do the research and put it out there, and then you still you disrespected me on a very high levels that I just won't rock with. So Queen Mothership series is done, but the Black Man series is literally ending early. It was supposed to be so much more. It was supposed to do all of black men in the spirituality, not no fucking Christianity. It was supposed to be black men in spirituality, covering the San people, covering obviously Palo Mayombe and Ifa and all these different religions and all of African gods. This was going to be hot. It was going to be the shit. And you guys say I don't speak for you. So will I be doing that? No, mind you, who the fuck did you come out of? You don't create yourself, black men. You do not, this is patriarchy shit that y'all trying to implement failed. It did not work 1,000 years ago. It's not going to work now. It's damn sure done now, because white patriarchy is falling. It's done. I'm going back to feminine age. So no one is gonna be running shit as men anymore. So you guys had the chance, and the systems that you want, where it's the black men centered, and you cover for your image even when you do fucked up shit, never take accountability. Yeah, those days are gone. And you will see. You have to learn the hard way. I told y'all what it was as a queen mother. It is what it is. I'm not taking 10 yards of y'all shit just to rock with y'all. Y'all rock with me, you fuck with me, because I can give you the enlightenment. I can get you to enlightenment. I can get you on your square. It don't matter if I'm a woman. I can do that same with the black woman. I can do that for black people. Well, y'all disrespect me one time, I'm out. I'm not about to be y'all stressing me out like I did Umar Johnson, all them other niggas, and Claude Anderson, all that. Bye. Because y'all not about to waste my motherfucking genius. I'm not wasting my shit on y'all if y'all can't respect me and be logical and use y'all brains to get yourself up out of this situation, and y'all stop being so fucking emotional and dumb. Y'all gotta stop that emotional bullshit. And black women, my message to you, keep your head on a swivel. Like, we know what this is all is. Black women don't be buying into that democratic shit. And you gonna say Baron Martin, mythical creature, the black woman is God, and then you gonna say she can't. It's gonna be setting a bad precedent to hard to recover from. What, that the black woman is God? You don't think nobody knows that? I could show you professors from Harvard admitting that shit. The fuck is wrong with you? I could show you niggas Bobby Hemmett and our brilliant black scholars saying that shit. And Dr. Clark and Dr. Sebi talking about African mama and queen mothers. The fuck is wrong with you? Asking the Democrats for praise as black men after y'all literally set up a damn near a coup telling black men not to vote, telling black people not to vote for them. Own that shit. I respect that. Own that. Say, yeah, we don't want to fuck with y'all. Y'all ain't giving us tangibles. Where's her money at? Cut her check then. That's what y'all need to be saying. Where's the reparations check then? Because she get her check. Y'all already know the black woman, she's so freaking gullible. You already know she gonna give the check to the black man, so I don't know why y'all acting all crazy for. Look, y'all niggas better wake up. Y'all niggas better get some spirit. I'm telling y'all better get God back, cause black gods too, because this shit ain't it. This is not African pedagogy. I cannot see the African in y'all. That shit is so disturbing. 100,000 years of history, and this is what y'all end up, man. Whoo, that shit is mind-boggling. How can a black man create 700,000 scripts, math scripts in Timbuktu, full of chemistry and physics and statistics, everything that he's come up with? And the shit is off. They burnt a lot of this shit up, but the 700,000 scripts that were found, that was only just the ones that were found. We talking about millions and millions of books. And this is what y'all pulling in 2020, man, oh man. Whew. They say ignorance is bliss, and I truly believe that shit, because there's no way I should have studied all that stuff, because now I'm seeing what I'm seeing in black men and black women, and I'm just like, my mind is just broken half damn near, because it's like, what the fuck are y'all doing as people? Y'all don't get it. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all really have lost yourselves. And it is that depresses me more than anything. I don't give a shit about no white people liking me and getting their validation and approval and acceptance. Are you kidding me? Why are y'all asking them for a validation of a vote a vote in a weird ass election? Asking for a validation of why are y'all not giving us just the black woman? What about us? Y'all better go study what them Chinese did to them Koreans, to them Korean men. What the Japanese men did to the Chinese men when they conquered their ass. Your ass was really shutting up. And same with the Arabs. Y'all better be seeing how them Portuguese handled all them black men in Brazil when they realized it was too many of them. Man. The system is not yours. It is not the black woman. It is not our systems. We are merely the byproducts of our enslaved Africans who are still over here. We are black Americans. We have been here. And if you say you built the country, but you do not own the system. You don't own it. You are in a system of white supremacy, and to deny that is foolery. So I'll say this, and y'all take it how y'all take it. Again, the Black Man series is done. You guys told me I cannot speak for you. I will not speak for you and on you pretty much anymore after this. You guys said that, not me. You guys disrespected me big time. Not just that, it was a bunch of other stuff that you guys were saying. So that was the one that was like, okay, but it was other stuff that led me to believe that you guys are completely not ready. And I don't have any dog in this fight. I told y'all, the moment y'all black people give me their ass to kiss, I'm gonna go right back to my shaman ways, and I'll be teaching on spirituality. I created a philosophy system that has not been done in 2,000 years. First black person to do it in 2,000 years. And that's what I will be teaching, my own fucking philosophy system. I'm not nobody to fuck with. So y'all disrespect me. I'm not getting in no mud fight with y'all on fucking YouTube and all this stuff and going back and forth like a nigga when we about to literally fall off a fucking cliff as a people. So y'all want to sit up there, say it can't speak for me, giving you 100,000 years of your fucking history, black man, of everything that you have ever done, every architecture you have ever built, every writing system you have ever built, every civilization you have ever built. And you gonna tell me that I can't speak for you when you don't speak for your fucking self and you don't have enough sense to go and study it your fucking self? And that's what you tell me? Okay, the Black Man series is done. And now I'll be doing the Black American series, and that one, you get out of line there, that's done too. I don't give a shit. All this stuff, I'll go off the dome when I'm giving y'all this information. I study it, and then I make the fucking videos. been studied this stuff. I've been a scholar for fucking all my life. So, again, black men, run your own psyops. What should you take from this? Run your own motherfucking psyops. Start. Don't ask this system for what you see them doing for your woman. Start competing for the hearts and the minds and the consciousness of your woman. Don't go like Judge Doe Brown and spend $20 bill. And Democrat like Barrington Martin. What about me? 80% voted for the Democrat. The fuck? Stand on your square. 15 million black people voted for Trump. So the fuck what? Even if they didn't care about Trump. Stop thinking all this racist stuff. People didn't want to be fucking locked down. Y'all think everybody that voted for Trump is racist? No, these niggas don't want to be in no regional lockdowns. They don't want no damn... they don't want to be... They don't like their policies. They don't want no immigration, all this craziness. And whatever else they had. Shit, stop being... Come on. Keep y'all motherfucking heads on the swivel. Now y'all about to go back to sleep for 4 years under Biden. That's what y'all about to do. Okay, y'all go back to sleep. Look, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.